Hello, welcome to Power Apps ABC with Kenechukwu. And in this video, I'll be walking us through how I was able to build this device ordering application just with Power Apps and Power Automate. So if you're a beginner and you're wondering how you can build your own application without writing a lot of code, then with Power Apps, you can achieve that. So without wasting much time, let's get to see how the application works. This is the landing screen. You can design this to meet your own business need. So we have a screen for the admin where the admin can do update the product. Before that, let me walk you through the application. So you get started. Once you get started, you can see list of device that we have. Currently, this one, the image, I'll have to check why the image is not visible. Then you can see we have the HP 15 13th generation Intel. Let me click this. If I want this, for instance, it will show me the image. So if I go back, I can select another product and it shows me the price and everything. So if I want to make an order for it, then I will just click on order and you can now add the quantity that you want. Remember, if I go back, if I cancel this, you can see the quantity available is 5. Now let's order for 2 of these items. So after approval, you will see that the quantity will reduce to 3. So if I place an order, I want to order for 2. So remember, quantity available is 5. So we want to order for 2. So what will be left is 3 after approval. You can see this is HP 15 13, so we just have that in your head. So once I order for this, it gets submitted successfully. This is it. It's still 5. So I will wait for an approval. An approval mail will be sent. Let me refresh and see if I got an approval. So a mail will be sent to the admin. A mail will be sent to the admin for an approval. So I'll just wait for that. So once that drops, once I approve, you would see the quantity, the price will get updated. So meanwhile, there's a flow that handles that. So I'm here to get the mail. So let me keep refreshing. So once the mail comes in, let me just continue once. So there's a flow that handles that. Let me try and open. So I want to show us the flow that handles the approval. So once there's an approval, it gets triggered when an order is made. So this is the flow. So let me check whether we have any item. Okay, currently it is running. So you can see it is running. So the mail has actually dropped now. So this is it. Approve order for blah blah blah. Then you can see a new device order has been submitted and awaiting your approval. Order details, this is the name of the device, and then request date is this. We requested for it today, which is 9th of October. Then the quantity we requested for is 2. So then there will be an option to approve or reject. So I want to approve. So once I approve, remember we ordered for 2 and originally we had 5. So once I approve, it has been approved. So I'll go back to my application. If I refresh my application, you would see I would get the updated. Let me log out, go back. This is it. You can see it has updated to 3 because the order has been approved. So once the order gets approved, a notification is sent to the person that requested for it that your order has been also approved. Look at the mail. Dear Godwin Honor, this is to inform you that your order has been approved. You can see how it works. So I'll be showing you how we're able to do this with Power Apps. So without wasting much time, let's get started. And okay, let me show us the admin part. So I'll log out. As an admin, when you come here, you can update products, you can remove products. You can see these are the products we have currently. So you can choose to delete it. you'll be left with 3 products. So once you log out, you see I have just 3 products because I deleted one out of it. So with Power Apps, you can see how easy it is to achieve this without writing multitude of code. So this landing page, I think I've actually shown how we could achieve this before, but I'll not be in detail of this. So we'll be creating this from scratch. So let's start with the landing page. So if this video is getting long, probably I'll have to do one for the landing page, then the other one for the dashboard screen. So what should I call this? This is the landing page. So before we proceed, I want to we used container. We used this is a vertical container. We had a container for the upper side and the container for the lower. This is the upper container. It has 2 other containers, the one by the side, and you can see the side, the height is parent.height. We want 65% of the screen minus parent.layout gap by 2. So it's 2 container. We have 2 layout gap. It's adding it by 2. So that's why I divided it by 2, and then minus padding top. So I added padding all through left, right, and top and bottom, 20 padding. So if I copy this, so I will not be going into detail because I've done something similar like this. So you can watch that video, but I'll just be copying and pasting so we will be fast about it. All right. So what you should do is just let's rename this so that we can easily reference it. Let's call it home screen. Home screen. So I'll add a container, vertical container, vertical container. Once you add a vertical container, you resize it, set the width to parent.width and the height parent.height, so it can cover the entire screen, parent.width. So you now turn off the flexible. So I want to take out the border radius. I don't need it. Drop shadow, I'm setting it to none. The border, I don't need border, so I'll set it to 0. So the height also, you see parent.height. I'll also show us the data model of the application, but first of all, let's just design the UI. So when we start doing the dashboard, I will show us the data model, the product list, and the order list. So I'll show us that, but let's just go with the landing page. So let me show you how I was able to achieve the landing page. All right, so so what's going to do next is, remember we had 2 you can see we have 2 containers, one at the top and one at the bottom. So to do that, you will now add a container, horizontal container, so that the 2 items can be side by side. So now we can turn off the flexible height. So on this our parent container, let's give it a gap of 10, so that every item you need to have a gap of 10. So we want space around it. So if you want space around within the content inside, you can give it padding all through. I'm giving it a padding all through 2020. So let me add 2020. So let me make this, for instance, let me change the fill so you can see the effect of the padding. Fill, this currently the fill is this. So I'll comment this out. Comment this out. You can see, as I commented this out, if you preview this, you can see the gap that the padding that we added by the side 2020. So I'll comment this. So we want to set the height of this. We want it to take 65% of the entire screen, of the parent screen. So we'll go to the height, just like what I did before. Currently it is 200. So you can see we say parent.height times 65% of the screen. Then we are minusing the layout gap. Remember, on the parent screen, we added the layout gap of 10. So minus padding top is 20. So we are subtracting it. So we'll do the same thing for the container that will be staying on the bottom. So I'll rename this container that is on the top. We can call it container top. or top container. Top container, you can call it top container, any name that. So I want to take out the drop shadow, the border radius and all that, so I don't need it. Why you have to take out the border especially is when, because container will help you to position your controls side by side or on top of each other, so someone will not even know that there is container there. But if you don't take out the borders, you can see it is showing. So that's why I have to take out the borders and the drop shadow. I have to set the drop shadow to none. So if you don't want it to be visible, but if you want it to be visible, you leave the drop shadow. Then the border, I'm setting it to none. All right, so having done this, the next thing is to add the second for the bottom. So you select the parent container, then you add another container. If you like, if you don't want to resize it, fine. Because now the flexible height is on, so it will take the available space. So once your flexible height is on, it will just take the available space that is left. But if you want to resize it, remember the upper one took 65%, so this lower one now will have to take 35% if you want to. But if you don't want to, you can leave it like this. It will just take the available the space that is left. But if you want to resize it, you just turn off this. You turn it off, you take out the border radius, you set the drop shadow to none, then we set the border to none also. Then you come to the height, the same code, but this time around, instead of now, remember we made the other one 65%. 65 minus 100, it will be left with 35. Then you can see padding this time around is padding bottom. Although why it is tell well is because padding bottom and top are the same, so you can see how it is. So remember to always save and publish, so that all right. So if you go here, you can see this is our landing page. We're already getting there. So now you add two container on this upper part. We're going to add two container on this upper part. So we're going to come back here. Then this container now, we want to add another container, vertical container. So you turn off the flexible width. So you can now set your width. You can see parent.width times. If you want it, you can say parent.width times, let's say 58%. So you can see what we have. So you just take out the border radius. We don't need the border radius. The border, we are setting it to none. The same thing. Then the drop shadow, you're setting it to none. So you select the parent container, also the top container. You add another one, insert container. So that one will be housing the image. So you can see it has taken the available space. So you can leave that one like that. But if you want to resize it, you can also do it. So drop shadow, we are setting it to none, border none. So inside this one now, you can now insert your image control. The width, you set the width to parent.width. The height also parent.height. If you have any question, you can also always drop it in the comment box. So you can see what we have. So the image position, you can set it to fit, you can set it to fill. If you set it to fill, it will cover the entire this thing. So the next thing is to just go to your image and add your image, the image you want to add. So I'll just come back here and check the name of this image. So image 2 underscore, I'll just copy the name. So come here on the image and now paste this. You can see this is what we have. So on this one now, it is just adding your text label, the name of your site and all that. So either you use padding to push this down. So want to You now insert, let's say, container, a vertical container. Turn off the flexible height. Let's give it a height of, let's say, 300. So turn off the, remember the border radius, we're setting it to 0. We don't want those borders to be visible, and we don't want the drop shadow. Setting it. So this remaining space now, I will need to add an horizontal container. So you select the parent container, then you insert container, horizontal container. So we have to add those two buttons side by side. So you also turn off the border radius and set it to 0. This one is none, and then this is none. So we already have the structure of our. Remember to always rename this so that you can always reference it. Container button for buttons. Then this one will has the name of your site. So if you come to this one, remember I said we'll just be copying. I just showed us. So this is text. This is a text label. Welcome to. This one is also a text. So I'll just copy it. So, but you can just insert text label. So I want to copy it just to save time. So you go to your home screen, this one, you paste it. You just copied one of them. So you can add another text label. So let me select this container. Reorder it to the top. So we can change the text to welcome to the. Then you can increase the font size to, let's say, this is, what's the height of this? This is 50. So you can make this bigger. This upper one bigger. Let's say 25. Then you increase the width of it. Width. So you can see this is what we have, but you can see ours is at the top. So you now select this container and give it a padding top. If you want it to come down, you can just give it a padding of 50. If you want it to come down again, you can change it to 70. If you want it to come down, so you keep increasing it. Alright, so the next thing is just to add your buttons, your two buttons, get started and what? The admin button. So you can see how easy it is. So you come back, I will just copy this. So you just add those two buttons. So you copy the two buttons, copy, then come here inside this one and you paste it. So you can see if you want them to have space, you can give it a padding, a gap. If you want it to be much, so if you preview your app, you will see how it looks. So welcome to device. So if you want it to shift from the end, you just have to give it a padding left so that you want it to shift from the end of. So you don't want it. Let's go back to the former one. You can see gap. If you want it to shift, so we can increase the gap also. So the next thing is this down run. So you can see So the parent container, let's check the padding left. So if you want it to shift a little, you can give it a padding. Padding left. Let's try 15 or 20. So if you see, this is how it looks. Alright, so the next thing is this one. You have to, I use the gallery. So I use gallery. So I inserted the gallery. So then I came to the gallery. Go down, go down, go down. I inserted the gallery. This is the gallery. Then the width, let's make it width. Then the height should be the parent dot height. So all right, so the next thing is let's go to the template height. I want to set it to manually. I want to set it manually to 442. I want to set it to 442. Then the next thing is the image. So on the image now, if I go back to this, let me show you what happens here. I use sequence, so I need just three images to be there. So on this one, you can see what I did. On this, scroll down to this. On the item of my gallery, I just used sequence of 3. All right, so the next thing is we added the horizontal gallery here. Then you select the gallery. I gave it a template. I changed the template size to 422. 442, that's the template size. So I'll now resize the image. I'll make the width of the image to be 427. Then the height, I want to make the 224. All right, you can see 224. Then the next thing is just to add your image so that they can be visible here. All right, so so you can choose to remember the way we did this. When we added this image, we now came to the image source and we added the name of the image. But if you do it, this is a gallery, we cannot do it. I think when we are using a separate containers, it will be, we can do it that way. So the best way is to create a table, and one of the easiest way to do it is just to go to the item of this gallery. So we use sequence to create a sequence of 3. We go to we select the gallery, and you go to the item of it. You go to the item of this. Just search for the item property. So instead of, we want to create a table. So to do that, we'll use, there's a sequence function, we'll call it sequence. Sequence, if it's a sequence of 4, for instance, and close this. No, let's go with sequence of 4. It will create a table with 4 values. Now, click on this sequence. Let me go out from here. Oh, let me come back. Sequence of 4 now will create a table with value 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to use this table now to populate this image. So instead of, if we are using a container, we can add image 1, image 2, and image 3. But now we don't have, so we want to create a table of 3 because we have 3 images. So I will change it to sequence of 3. And when it is sequence of 3, remember, it will give us a table with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the next thing is we now come to the image, and you can go to the image property and say if the value is equal to 1, show this image. If the value is equal to this, show this image. If the value equals to 1, show image 1. If the value equals to 2, show image 2. If the value is equal to image value 3. So this is what I'm talking about. Go to image, or you can use switch. I used switch for the other one. If you use if, it will work, but I used, usually you will just add your image, but since we are using a gallery, it requires a table or a collection also. So I used switch and said, I said, remember the sequence we used on the item created a table of 3 value, 1, 2, 3. We now said if the value is 3, this item dot value, it will create a table. If the item is 3, you add this image. I uploaded an image and I named it image 2. If the value is 2, show this image. If the value is 1, then show this image. So that's what I did. So remember, you come to the item of your gallery, you create a table, call it sequence 3. It will give you a table. Since we are using a gallery to show that, it will give a table with value 1, 2, 3. So now you now come to the image of that your gallery and now say if this value, this item dot value is equal to 1, show this image. If it's equal to 2, show the second image. If it's equal to 3, show the second image. So with that, you can do it. So if you have like 4, you can play with it. So that's it. So with this, you can see our landing page is ready. We are done with the landing page. So I don't want this session to be very long. So I will be ending this here. Then we'll start with the dashboard. The dashboard. So thank you very much, and please, if you've not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and also like, comment, and share. And if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment box. All right, before I end this video, we started with the main container, which is a vertical container. Inside the vertical container, we added 2 containers, one for the top and one for the bottom. Then we gave the upper one parent.height times 65% of the entire screen, while the bottom one we gave it 35%. So in the upper one we added 2 containers, one for this side, and we gave it 58% of the entire width. Then this one, it's flexible width, took the remaining width, added the image control. Then the bottom one we added our horizontal gallery. When we added the horizontal gallery, we now resize the template height manually to 442. Then after doing that, we now added our image control. The image control, which we now gave it a width of 427 and a height of 224. So with that, then the item of the image of the gallery, we now said sequence of 3 gives us a table of value 3 with values 3 value or record 3. So with that, on the image in our gallery, we now said if this item the value is 1, show the first image. If it is 2, show the other image. If it is 3, so that's how we were able to do this. So once again, if you've not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. In the next video, I'll be showing you how we'll be able to do this other one, and I'll also show us the data model. I'll be showing us how we are going to create this from scratch. So thank you very much, and do remember to subscribe, share, and comment.